Good afternoon and welcome to More Than Meets the Eye. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and for today we're going to be covering the Seige Seeker mold. Yeah, now in my Blindformers episodes, one of my first episodes, I think one of the first 20, I covered the Seige Seeker mold and taught you how to transform it. And I know that's ages ago. That's like over 2 years ago, huh? Wow, I've been doing this for a while now. Isn't it neat? Uh, Sometimes you look back on your old videos and go, holy crap. But I did the blindformers on the Siege Seeker mold before I decided to do the show, the little series called More Than Meets the Eye, where I covered just a basic review of the robot mode and the vehicle mode. Instead of just reviewing the transformation like how this channel originally started, it was just reviewing transformations, and I realized, I could probably drag this out a bit and really talk more on these things than I'm already doing. Nuts! I saved him. I saved it. Okay. So, today, we're going to be talking about the Siege Seekers. Now, I have 6 of the 9. There are 9 of these things. I'm missing the Sparkless Seeker, I'm missing Redwing, and I'm missing Skywarp. Those are some, the Sparkless Seeker is still on sale, and I'm thinking about picking it up for myself, just to have 7 out of the 9. But, now here's the neat thing. There's going to be a 10th. Yeah, Shockwave is going to be number 10. I'm actually really excited about that one because I'd like to have another Siege Seeker mold. I enjoy the Siege Seekers. I thought they were a lot of fun. And, well, I guess it comes down to whenever I was first watching the show back in the day, little bitty Blind Prime, watching the show in the more early mornings. Mine came, where we were, my Transformers show came on at like 5 in the morning. So generally, my dad worked 12-hour swing shifts. So he would either be coming in at 5 in the morning or leaving at 5 in the morning. Whenever I would be watching my Transformers at 5 in the morning, and he'd always be like, "Don't you wake up your mother now." And I'm like, "Yes, sir, I won't wake up mom." Eating my cereal, enjoying my Saturday morning cartoons. But yeah, I didn't watch 5 a.m. Sonic. I watched 5 a.m. Transformers. So there was an episode where they go to Cybertron for the first time. Now, if you've been watching the Transformers show, you know that, by this time, first watch through, you know that Shockwave is on Cybertron, but you don't know anyone else who's on Cybertron. And then they show up to Cybertron, and what happens? This green guy, this blue guy, and this yellow guy start harassing them and sending acid rain their way. The Rainmakers, they're there. And they only show up for 2 episodes, I think. And that's it. But whenever I was a little bitty Blind Prime, I wanted them. I was like, those are the coolest enemies ever. They're just they seem so much cooler than the rest of the Decepticons because, like Shockwave, they weren't really in the politics of what was going on in the Decepticon leadership. Like, these guys just did the mission and accomplished. They were professionals. You couldn't really consider Starscream a professional, but you can consider the Rainmakers and Shockwave professionals. And so they won me over. They won me over on that one episode, and ever since then, I've just always enjoyed them, and I always wanted them. But, they never made them. Until 2019, when they came out with the Amazon exclusive 3-pack, The Rainmakers. Now, this is something I'm recommending to you. If you do not own a Siege Seeker mold, currently, these Rainmakers are on sale for $78. Now, I got the Rainmakers for my birthday just this past weekend. Yeah, your Blind Prime's 36 years old now. Woot woot. No, I got the Rainmakers as a birthday present, and I recommended it to a friend. I'm like, "Hey, I've always wanted these, but I just can't come up with the money to get them for myself, and they're on sale." Each of these figures is $30 it was $30 on the shelf, and they're selling 3 of them for 78. I think that's a pretty good bargain right there. Don't assume I'm saying so myself. So, if you want to really jumpstart your Siege Seeker collection, get you the Rainmakers. They're really good. It's an amazing mold, and it's actually going to be cheaper than the Thundercracker. If you wanted to get Thundercracker and Starscream and Skywarp, you're probably going to be paying more than $300. But if you wanted to get 3 Siege Seeker molds from, an obscure moment of Transformers history, they're only going to cost you $78. So, it's just 6 in one hand. a lot more in the other when it comes to money. So, okay, that's a bit of the history of these things, and the fact that these things are they're a lot of fun. They're pretty simple transformers, but they're not simple transformers at the same time. They have some really unique gimmicks and stuff to them. So, let's go ahead and put some stuff off here over to the side. Let's diminish the amount of Seekers that I have. But just so you know, the Rainmakers consist of Nova Storm, Ion Storm, and Acid Storm. And then the other guys over here, Thundercracker, Hot Link, and Starscream. Hot Link, of course, because I could never get a hold of the Skywarp. I'm sad that I never got a Skywarp. And I don't even know what a Red Wing is, but there's a Red Wing, and it was an exclusive for another website, so that's why it's so expensive. So let's go ahead and put the Rainmakers off to the side, and we're only going to cover we'll cover Hot Link today. You know what? We're just going to cover Hot Link because I like Hot Link the most. Where's my Hot Link at? Here's my Hot Link. He fell on me. Perfect. That's wonderful. Okay. I'm going to move the rest of the Rainmakers. Set you guys up over here to the side. Yeah. Just rest over here, guys. There you go. And move you over here to the side. There you go. Are you going to follow me? No? Cool. All right. And we can set you off over here. But nuts. Drop the Cobra Bat again. Cobra Bat, why are you always falling over? We're just going to set this one off over here to the side. There you go. Yeah, just hide the Cobra Bat for a moment. And then this guy can go over here, and he can stand pleasantly right there. Excellent. And now we're down to Hot Link. Now, Hot Link was a special character because he came with some extra things. He came with some blast effects and these two little guys. I forgot the name of his weapon masters, but he comes with two weapon masters. He was actually really fun, and he is really fun. My housemate likes him a lot. He says he's got the best colors of the bunch. He enjoys it, and he likes the damage effects on him. And apparently they did a good job with the paint apps for the Walmart exclusive Hot Link. And you know what? For a character that I'd never heard of before in my entire life, before I found it on the shelf, pretty cool. So these Siege Seeker molds are pretty neat. They've got double jointed elbows. Yeah, double jointed elbows. Imagine that. The joint is weird. I'll let you know that one because it's a single joint, but it's also a double joint. And it's a weird joint because it doesn't really have two separate joints in it. It's just like a bar hinge that seems to have a little more oomph in it. But you can manage to get more, almost 180-degree movement into that arm. You can almost put the arm flat against the biceps, which is pretty good. The hand does rotate. Yeah. And the hand on the Seeker mold rotates. Look at that. It can wield swords a lot better than other stuff can. Like that's pretty good. And he's got some great range of motion when it comes to his shoulders. He can pull a 90, raising his shoulder up all the way, and then you can rotate the shoulder 360, and then he can reach up here and he can like rub the back of his head because he's confused or something. I think that's pretty cool. The head has rotation. It's on a ball joint, so he can look up, down, left and right, and it can crack his neck left and right as well. I like the little pylons on either side of his head. They really go up a little further than the ones in the Earthrise, but they're still pretty cool. The legs here have the typical movement and stuff that you would expect, and the legs can pull a more than a 90, but they're not double jointed knees. They're single jointed knees. Now, there's something about this figure that they didn't really do much for the rest of it. Man, I'm sweating today. Wow. The back of this thing here is a spring-loaded little contraption here, and it's a spring-loaded gap filler. And this is cool. I wish they would do this on more Transformers. So make sure you got the spring-loaded gap filler there. It's a spring-loaded gap filler, and I think it's just about the coolest thing ever. And I wish they did this more often in Transformers. And this allows for your character here, you could bend the knee, and that little bit collapses in to allow a lot more of a knee bend. It's really nice. It's wonderful, and it is something I would like to see a lot more done in the Transformers world. I would like to see that a lot. Now, you can do some fun things with his feet. I think this part's like fun. You can move the feet up on the other side, and then you've got blaster feet. All right. He doesn't really stand in that way though, so you gotta fold him back up. The feet have the typical articulation that we're known for now, that little side bend. You can't really bend the feet on this guy too much to the side, but he does have that ankle tilt. It's not much of an ankle tilt, but it still exists. And that's really nice. I do love me some ankle tilt, and Siege was the first time we really started seeing the ankle tilt in a major way. I don't think ankle tilt really existed before Siege. I've gotten a few figures from before Siege, but none of them really have ankle tilt, so posing them is a little annoying, and it's really cool that you can finally, get some really good poses done. And that was kind of what this guy was doing. Like, he was bringing up a new era of Transformers, a highly articulated version of Transformers, and it's really fun. So let's talk the textures on him. He's got some really great textures going on his legs. This guy feels like he is just a beast on the battlefield. It's clean, it's sleek, it's really well done. Like, everything about this guy just screams Seeker. I have never seen him in his robot mode, but I feel him in his robot mode. It all just screams good Seeker, good Decepticon. And you got so many really just nice little details hidden amongst things. There's little patterns etched into the plastic at random spots. There's just they went above and beyond with the Seeker mold. They did go above and beyond with the Siege Seeker mold. It is truly amazing. Now, what was I going to talk about with this mold? There was something else I was supposed to mention to you that I've forgotten now. Oh well. But the Siege Seeker mold here was a representation of like how good it could get. This is good. His little pylons on either side are amazing. His transformation's a lot of fun, and like I said, super posable Seeker. Really nice. But I got really not much more to say on him. Let's spin him around and take a look at his backpack. Oh, right, that's what I was going to do. Okay, so I remember. Here's his backpack. It's very small, very thin. It's basically a flattened wings and top half of the Tetra Fighter that he becomes, which is really nice, but it's a clean backpack. It's a smooth backpack. It's not too bulky or obscene. And I put the little the jets going straight down his back, but you can actually position them in a couple of different ways. Now, you can bring them... Yeah, we'll... There it goes. So you can bring this little engine section up and like position it above his head, or you can fold it in so it's just sitting like it normally would, just right behind his head, but I like folding it down and giving myself some siege ports on his back. Siege ports, by the way. Let's talk siege ports. So we got one on each wing, right? Just one on each wing. And then we have the 3 on his back that are his engines. Each one is a siege port, so it counts. So that's 5 so far. And then 6 and 7 on his shoulders, 8 and 9 on his wrists. On his lower arm. 10 and 11 on his hands. And then down here, let's see. I don't know if he actually has a siege port in his leg, which is a bit weird, but that was, you got to sacrifice some things for a great transformation like he's got. But wait, that feels like a siege port. Let's see. Is that a siege port? I think he may have one on his leg. He does. He does have one on his leg. Isn't that nice? So that makes it, where were we at? We were at 11. So that's 12 and 13. And then he's got a siege port under each leg, under each foot. So that's 14 and 15. 15 siege ports is not a bad number. Not a bad number at all. Actually, a very reasonable number for a robot to have during the Transformers Siege toy line. That is pretty good indeed. And this mold wins. It just wins out. It was, if I was doing my show back in 2019, I would have labeled this guy as best of the year. I absolutely love this. It would have fought with the Siege Optimus Prime mold, because that one's also really good. And This one's just nice. You get a lot of Seekers, and all the Seekers are always fun. And it's easier to get a hold of the Siege Seekers in bulk than it is to get a hold of the Earthray Seekers in bulk, because we saw how terrible Hasbro did that one. What, are you going to release Thundercracker and Skywarp in a double pack? Well, that's nice, Hasbro. Wait, your numbers are really minimal? That sucks, Hasbro. Oh, you're going to release Ramjet and Dirge? Oh, that's awesome, Hasbro. It's in a 2-pack that's a Target exclusive? How dare you, Hasbro? What's wrong with you? It's those things. It's just like, yeah, meanwhile, you release the Rainmakers in a triple pack. You release Thundercracker by himself. You release Skywarp by himself. You release Redwing by himself. You release everybody else by themselves in the Siege Seeker mold. But for some reason, for the Earthrise Seekers, which is a lowering of the Siege Seeker, like it's a downgrade. The Earthrise Seeker is not as good as Siege Seeker. Straight up, I'll be honest with you on that one. I think the Siege Seeker rocks more. And also, how are you going to make a jetliner like that and not give it landing gear? Come on, people. But I've blathered on long enough to you today about the robot mode for the Siege Seeker mold. It's an excellent, excellent robot mode. I absolutely love it. I think it's wonderful. Everything about it, it's a great sturdy little robot, and it's really nice that they've given us so many options and so many color variations for the Siege Seeker mode. So whether it be the Rainmakers, Starscream, Thundercracker, Hot Link, Skywarp, or Redwing, or even the abominable Sparkless Seeker, get yours today, because you won't regret it. As long as you don't pay an insane amount for one. So I don't recommend Redwing. That thing, ooh. Thanks for watching, and please tune into my channel, blind_prime, for full in-depth reviews from a blind person's perspective. And finally, here's a cream. Say hi to the camera, Cream. Who's a good cream? You're a good cream. Thanks for watching, and until next Prime, bye-bye for now.